Hey guys, Well Customs here, and today we are taking a look at the DC Multiverse. This is DC Rebirth Batman, and he is part of the rookie Build-A-Figure wave. And we'll take a look at the back right here. So these are all the figures you can get to build this guy. This is the robot, I believe, that Jim Gordon used when he was Batman briefly. So looks pretty cool. Let's open them up. Alright guys, so here he is out of the box. Now he only comes with one accessory, which is the Build-A-Figure piece for the rookie exosuit, whatever you want to call it, the thing that Jim Gordon used. So you can see how tall it will be, get a nice grasp of it, use your imagination. Pretty cool, but that's about it. No batarangs, nothing with this Batman figure, but still, this is an awesome figure. I'm actually really excited to finally have this in hand. So let's take a look at it. Alright guys, so here he is up close and personal. So my first impressions of the figure is that he has rather a long face, if you understand what I'm trying to say right there. It looks pretty cool looking though. I like the look. I like over here, the head is pretty big as well. But it's down to your preference if you like it. It looks like a combination between like half cartoonish, half comic book like. Going down to the cowl over here, you can see this little new design right here. You can see where the cape actually meets the cowl as well. The cape goes down, drapes down to shoulders over here. Yeah, pretty nice. If you know, my version has a little bit of oil on it. I actually bought two of these. The other one's cleaner, but I decided to review this one. Going down to the body now, man, look at that bat symbol. It looks really nice. It has a nice yellow outline around the bat symbol as well. Looks pretty cool. He does have a new sculpted belt right here. Really clean too, no pouches. And kind of reminds me of the Batman animated series one, but a different design as well. I love the forearm guards on this guy. They're bulky, they're big, they look like armor. Definitely looks pretty cool right there. He has 3 spikes over here too. Looks pretty nice. Feels good as well. Going down to the rest of the body, he does have some little design, or is it design or it could be muscles? I don't know. It looks like it's design. But down here, which is pretty cool, he has knee pads, which are sculpted in, which is pretty nice. I like that look right there. It looks pretty cool. And you go down to the boots. These boots are pretty diesel looking, you know? Nice design. Looks pretty nice. I'm not sure if any of these pieces were recycled from another figure or not, but I like it. I do like it a lot. It looks like he is more armored up in this version of the figure, so it looks pretty cool. You can see the back of the cape is purple. I don't know if you like that or not. Like I said, your own preference. Yeah, it looks pretty cool. Now, Articulation. Now, I'm really interested in Articulation on this figure because for a long time, it's hard to get a good figure from DC Multiverse that has good, decent articulation. So first off, the head is on a ball joint. It goes left and right. It goes up just a little bit, not that much. It goes down, not at all though, which kind of sucks. Now going to the shoulders, they're a little bit hindered from the cape over here, so they go about that high up. You don't want to force it too much. So that's kind of sucks. I don't like that at all. The bicep swivel, of course, right there. One point at the elbow. It looks like it would rotate, but it doesn't though. It's an interesting looking articulation joint right there. Well, it's pretty decent, almost 90 degrees. And he has a swivel at the wrist. Ab joint is fantastic. Look at that. A proper ab joint. It looks like they remolded this whole section to make it more functional, which is pretty nice. He does have a waist swivel, of course. T-jointed hips all the way up, which is pretty good too. I like that. Almost 90 degrees, but good enough in my opinion. Thigh swivel. One point at the knee right here, which is good. And at the ankle, he has a boot swivel. So it's very, you know, typical articulation you would expect from a DC figure. But it's nice to see most of it is kind of functional. And then the shoulders could have been a lot better. But it's nice to see the ab joint is nice. They're getting better at the ab joints now. And the hip joints, they're going higher up, so that's pretty good as well. So overall, I'm pretty happy about it. You know, I do wish these shoulders weren't so restricted. You know, maybe you want to cut this whole part off at the line. And, you know, where the line meets the cape. And put your own cape there, a cloth one. That would probably solve a lot of things in my opinion, so I might actually do that. Alright guys, size comparison time right now. So right here we have Batman, my custom one right here, using a typical DC Classics Universe figure right there as the base. This is the Mezco Batman, of course, and this is the Figma Batman right there. I like the size comparison. I think he looks pretty good. You know, he's basically a typical DC Multiverse figure, but, you know, the base looks like they improved it, of course. A little bit better articulation, keeping the size pretty well, so I like how it looks. Next up, we have the DC Unlimited Superman figure right here with a custom head, and we also have the DC Unlimited Wonder Woman figure with a new head as well. But they kind of all match together in this little collection, which I like a lot, actually. I've been dying to have a decent Batman figure, which I would have for this one right here. But yeah, I like how it looks. They look pretty good together. You know, Batman always changes his outfit, sometimes Superman. So I think they all look pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it. Next up right here, we have two different Robin figures right there, so you can see which one you would like to have next to your new Batman figure. Actually, remember, the new DC Icons Robin's coming out, so you might want to wait for that one. Alright, next up we have the Captain America figures right here next to Batman, which is not bad looking. I have to admit, it looks pretty good. You know, all about around the same size, give or take. You know, it's always hard. I've always found it really hard to find a decent Batman and a decent Captain America figure to stand next to each other, and this might be it. I'll get more into the end of the video what I would change on this figure, but overall body-wise, I like how it looks. Now for the gold standard, we have Deadpool right here from Marvel Legends, and also the new Spider-Man figure right there, so you can see how they look like side by side with this Batman figure. I like how it looks. You know, Deadpool and Batman are around the same height, give or take. Batman might be a little bit thicker looking, which I think is fully acceptable, and Spider-Man, of course, is smaller than both of them, which is the way it should be. Alright guys, that's about it. You know, I think it is a excellent figure. You know, not a lot of accessories, obviously. You had no batarangs, nothing like that, but you have your own most likely, so you could lend him to this figure. But, you know, I like it. It's a really functional, great Batman figure. If I were to change anything, I might slice off the cape around the cowl and put my own cloth one right there. The head I might change as well. I'll see if it grows on me or not, who knows. But overall, like I said before, it is a great, functional Batman. And that's really hard to get sometimes, it really is. Especially in a 6-inch range scale. All the joints, they move great. The ab joint is awesome. The hip joint is awesome as well. And that's, you know, sometimes that's just hard to get too. But I love the added new things like the huge gloves, the forearm guard, the knee pads, the thick boots. You know, just sometimes the simple things like that make it a lot better, but it's hard to get in a figure. So quality control wise, everything seems to be good so far. I bought 2 of these actually, just in case anything was wrong. But yeah, I think it looks pretty good so far. The joints feel firm, not loose or tight, which is great. And it looks like DC Multiverse is really stepping up their game. You know, I was looking at the other figures from the collection, seeing if I wanted to buy anything, but I'm trying to buy just figures that I really want, not buying the whole wave anymore. But we will see. So that's about it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching. So like always, comment, criticize, subscribe, do whatever you want to pay attention. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Go to wildandcustoms.com. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. Peace!